Okay, hold on. I don't like any of this. It has been so long since I've been in front of camera for a convention story. We will see if I remember what to do and remember what not to do based on my editing of some of the others. Cool. I would like to point out that today I have tea and espresso. We're feeling it today, but that should help. Why did that taste meaty? Okay, anyways. So today, like I promised, we're gonna tell you about Thicc water. Link up above to the video where I first mentioned Thicc water. And as always, there's going to be a bit of a lead up to it because obviously you guys need context, and also I can't just give a 5-minute story. So Thicc water happens in 2019, which means that was literally the last convention I went to, because this was also at Holiday Matsuri. That's sad. That was 2 years ago. And I'm not going this year, so yeah. 2019 Holiday Matsuri was actually really fun. And I'm gonna make myself sad about conventions again. So I had a lot of events lined up for Hallmat 2019. I was on an Attack on Titan panel. I was not running it, which ended up being a lot better for my sanity than trying to run one, as we've mentioned in previous videos. Link to that one. But that was a lot less stress just being on the panel and just coming up with a few bits for myself. I was Levi, obviously, because that's the main one I do. But so I had the Attack on Titan panel, and okay, well, I didn't have that much going on, but it felt like a lot, because the other one I did was me and a dance partner who prefers not to be named. Also did a burlesque routine for the Peppermint Parlor, which is run by, oh boy, do I have to look it up. There we go. I was able to find it on Google. Unless it's wrong, in which case, well, if it's wrong, then that's on me, because I'm a dumbass. But me and a dance partner did a burlesque routine for the Peppermint Parlor run by Pleasure Pixels. Yeah, honestly, the Thicc water is just bonus content at the end. This is really just telling you about Hallmat 2019. You know what? It's on brand, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Please don't click away. I need the view time. So basically, at LumiCon 2019, after our shows and everything, I was hanging out with the person who will be my dance partner, and they were stressing about not wanting to do a burlesque routine alone because they don't like being on stage alone. And I was like, I want to do burlesque. So we basically memed at each other for a half hour at the Maid Cafe sleepover and came up with the basis of the routine, and yeah, that's how I became part of a burlesque routine, and I loved it. Yeah, we had like not even 2 months. We had 1.5 months to choreograph and practice this, and oh boy, was that stressful. Not even for any particular reason, just because I had wanted more practice time to make sure that I didn't miss steps. And yeah, I was definitely feeling queasy for most of the con until after our performance, because I was like, do I know what I'm doing? I don't know if I know what I'm doing. Oh boy. So not only was I stressed about not remembering the dance routine, but also the time for the Peppermint Parlor and the time of the Attack on Titan panel did not line up very well, by which I mean the Attack on Titan panel ended on the hour that the Peppermint Parlor started. So I went to do the Attack on Titan panel. We had fun. It was awesome. I snatched my own wig and did a quick change from Levi to Connie. It was awesome. I love it. And then as soon as the hour was up, I said, I gotta jet, guys. Ran up 3 floors to my room, changed, went down another floor, got to the Peppermint Parlor room, realized I didn't have either my badge or my ID or something because it was 18 plus and obviously you need a badge to get in. Even though I was one of the performers, had to run back up to the room, grab the thing I had forgotten, run back downstairs, and then get in, and then start prepping for the routine. That was a night. And oh boy. So I decided to wear the shirt, it's oversized, whatever, that I had bought for the Attack on Titan panel, because I'm trying to be thematic. I'm gonna try to edit this by December. If this isn't uploaded in December, then y'all know what happened. I failed. So I bought this to prep for the Attack on Titan panel because we were supposed to be all Christmas themed. I was gonna do this, and then I was gonna, oh man, this whole convention was a mess. And then I was gonna put jingly bells on my Attack on Titan harness, and I forgot to do both of them for the panel because I was, before the panel, making sure that I had everything set out for after the panel for the Peppermint Parlor. So I forgot all of it, and so I'm gonna wear it because I didn't wear it 2 years ago and I haven't worn it since, so, you know. But also, compounding my stress. So this was like my first ever burlesque performance. And granted, my dance partner is a whiz with coming up with performances. They are amazing. I cannot credit myself for the routine because it was mostly their work and I was just helping them be their dance partner. I'm not taking credit for it being an amazing routine. That is all their work. But they put us as the closing number. The closing number is like, so the 2 best ones are the opening because you get people hyped, and the closing because it's what people are gonna remember. And they put us as the closing number. And when I learned that, I was sitting here because I know some of the people on the Peppermint Parlor sort of through other convention shows. They've been with the troupe for a while. They do other than just the Christmas themed, like they do other Pleasure Pixel stuff. I'm not part of the group. I've never done burlesque before. I haven't done much performing before. And then we stole the closing number from the people who were more experienced. And that stressed me out too. This whole Saturday night was just stress. No wonder I was nauseous the entire day. I mean, it all ended up being amazing in the end, but I was stressed beforehand. So yeah, they put us as the closing number. Since I can't show footage of it, of the performance itself, we decided to be Elf on the Shelf. And like, we decided on, we had a little story and everything for the whole event. We were dressed as our Elf on the Shelf, and we were wandering around. So it was a special event sort of deal. It was in its own room. It had drinks, but most of the events at Hallmat had drinks after a certain hour because they're awesome and they allow drinking at the convention, and also because the hotel makes money off of selling alcohol, so bonus. So there was like a bar and there were games. They were like gambling games. You could like, oh, I don't know, you could buy tickets or whatever. It all funded the event itself and future events from the troupe. But yeah, you could buy tickets and you would then win tickets, and there were like small prizes at the end. But again, it was also to help fund the event. So we had most of the event to wander around because none of the rest, or me and my dance partner, weren't helping with any of the tables or anything either. So I especially felt like I was just an outsider stealing the stage. Where was I? Oh yeah, so we came up with this story through the event. We were elves on the shelves. We would wander around and try to creep people out, so very slowly and sneakily come up behind someone at a gambling table and just stand over their shoulder. Some of them didn't really notice us, but that was fine. Other people did notice us, and we did creep out a couple of people. That was awesome. It was like a burlesque Christmas scare event all in one thing, and I loved it. But we managed to freak out a couple of people, and our story was, since we were elves sent to watch what was going on to see if people deserved Christmas presents or not, we had been sent to the peppermint parlor to monitor, as Elf on the Shelf does, and we had seen all of this risque stuff going on and learned about the power of sexiness and then did our own to imitate the rest of the parlor. It was really cute, and this is really sad. Sometimes I still go back and watch the performance because I haven't been able to perform again yet, and to tell myself, no, you're good. You can dance. It was awesome. And like, oh man, we committed to this because my dance partner was in shibari and I had a harness that I sewed together last minute. And we also had so we both had little Santa hats on, and do I have it? I do have it. It's somewhere over here. Okay, well, I can't find it. But my dance partner was like, we need more reveals. We need more stuff. And I had been at Joann's buying extra things for the harness. As they were texting me about this, I was in the checkout line and I saw a pair of Christmas socks and a poop emoji Christmas headband. So my reveals were that at one point they knocked off my hat, my Santa hat, because I had a full proper size Santa hat on. So they knocked the Santa hat off, and then I had the poop emoji headband on, which also had a tiny Santa hat on the poop emoji. And I don't like the poop emoji, but that was great. That was great. That got a really good reaction, and then they knocked the headband off of me. And then, so I had tearaway pants, but we did I'm trying really hard not to show feet on video, but we undid the leg. You can't see what I'm patting. The leg of the pants, just in case I didn't tear it away properly, because this was my first experience doing tearaway pants. And the socks they were red at my foot, but then since I had my leg up when we were doing the leg part, on my calf was Christmas trees, and that was also a cute little reveal. And I just, all the things for it. I miss it, and I can't wait to go back to conventions and performing. I definitely lost my train of thought. Again, it's on brand. If this isn't what you're coming here for, then y'all are just gonna have to get used to it, because this is how my brain works. So we had that, and we were the closing number, and that was awesome, even though it was stressful. Oh gosh, and then when we came back to the dressing room, one of the people who runs Pleasure Pixels, who is kind of an idol of mine in the local con scene, he was like, with that wig, you should totally do a performance as He-Man. And I was like, you're telling me I should perform again? He's honestly sort of a role model in the local scene that I look up to, so yeah, that meant a lot to me. Oh gosh, I think I also, at that hall mat, yeah, at this one, this is the one where I was walking my stuff to my car to check out, or not to check out, to load my car early, and I fucking met one of the cosplayers I follow on Instagram, and he had been at Hottest Men in Anime, and I was like, yo, weren't you the one who did that performance? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you were awesome. I thought you should have won. And he said, thanks. By the way, do I know you? I think I follow you on Instagram. And I was like, ah. This whole weekend was full of validation. Oh, I'm like tearing up with how happy all of that made me and remembering it. But on that last day, after loading all of our stuff in the car, and after getting double validation from another cosplayer that I look up to, so this is where we get to the Thicc water. I promise I tried to make it short-ish, shorter. The Thicc water happened at the very last day, on Sunday, loading our cars up. We were parked on the roof, and we were bringing all of our bags out so that we could enjoy the rest of the day. And there was someone else who was loading their car up, obviously. And as we were walking back to the elevator, they asked, hey, do you guys want some water? Because they had these little water bottles, like the super teeny tiny ones that are like kids' meal size water bottles. So here's the point where I remind y'all, PSA, don't just randomly take things from strangers, even at a convention, because you don't know who's gonna do what. Don't get roofied, but these were also sealed containers of water. And also, I historically make bad decisions. That's where all of my stories come from. They asked if we wanted some water, and then they asked, do you want to make it Thicc water? And me being the dumbass I am, was like, Thicc water, you say? So apparently this person does some sort of medical stuff, and in their work, they have to use this beverage thickener, which is, if someone has difficulty swallowing, it can make it easier to swallow liquids without aspirating it and choking and dying if it has a thicker texture. So there's these things you can buy at the pharmacy. I actually saw it at the pharmacy later once I knew what it was, and I was like, I know you. I know your whole deal. So it came in this pump bottle that had instructions on the back. There were 3 different levels. So one pump was honey thick. 2, oh, I forget what it was, but it was like honey thick, something else thick, and pudding thick. So you didn't have to take the Thicc water. You could just take regular water. They weren't forcing you to do it. It was just a thing. So you didn't have to. Which is why I didn't think they were trying to drug me, and they did not. But I decided to take the Thicc water, and I don't remember which level I took, but I think I went pudding thick. So we're at the parking garage, and someone was giving out water and offering Thicc water. So
they asked if we wanted
I think I just got drugs. I got pudding thick. And these are meant for like an entire glass of water, like 16 ounces of water for 1 squirt. So this shit was thick. Oh man. So this water, you have to hear me suffer.
Fine.
It smells.
Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. No, coward, drink it, chug it. Let's go, coward.
You gonna swallow it, Kai?
Swallow. Don't spit. Swallow, baby. Is it bad?
To start with, it had a sort of chemical flavor because it's a food thickener, so it had sort of a weird aftertaste. And since it was just straight up bottled water, there was nothing to hide the aftertaste. So, you know, it tasted like water plus medical grade food thickener. So you can imagine there's an aftertaste to it. But then the texture. I don't know if this is gonna get my video age restricted or not, but the texture was that of room temperature semen.
1, 2, 3, swallow.
Do you want me to do it with you?
Winners don't spit, they swallow.
I hate it. It was disgusting. It was like drinking someone else's loogie. It was awful. I hated it. It was so bad. It was so bad, and it left an aftertaste for minutes, like 5 or 10 minutes. So that's the Thicc water and what happened at Hallmat 2019, and me making myself sad because I haven't been to a convention in 2 years, and then making myself kind of happy, but also nostalgic for getting validation from my peers. And also remembering that disgustingness. I miss making memories with random people. That's about how I'm feeling right now. But anyways, this has been Cosplay Shenanigans with Witchydigit. I'm Witchydigit. You can, oh gosh, what are the YouTube things? Like this video if you've also had thick water. Subscribe if you want to hear more convention stories and see me freak out about trying to construct costumes and making things difficult for myself. And also more poor life decisions. And gently caress that bell. Do the other things. You can find me on social media as Witchydigit pretty much everywhere, except for YouTube. YouTube here's Cosplay Shenanigans with Witchydigit because Witchydigit is just my personal account. But yes, you can find me at Witchydigit pretty much everywhere. Ciao.